now's the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it.
True internet suffered depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. If I can circle back, I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 305 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Brian.
And there's two guys drinking some beers talking about what's going on. You said Guapo's not going to make it because of he's out camping? Oh, Brian's already muted us. All right. Well, I got an interesting question. If you went out camping, right, all by yourself, and you woke up in the morning and your ass is all covered in Vaseline, and you've definitely been butt fucked, would you tell anyone?
No.
No, you want to go camping next weekend?
No.
No, I don't. Here comes the repeat offender.
G'day, lads. How are we?
Yeah, we're doing. How you doing over there?
Oh, good, mate. Good. Had to take the missus out last weekend. Sorry I couldn't make it, lads.
That's all
Oh,
right.
good.
Thanks for the invite. Yeah, do the thing every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I went out exploring in my backyard today. Oh my, that was so much effort and work. I don't know. We went down maybe a mile, maybe two, down, behind us. And getting down the side of a mountain is easy.
Getting up's harder.
Going back up sucked.
You should have put a rope down.
It's not that steep,
mate.
Yeah, it's not that steep, but it is steep enough. You can, at some points, you can lean forward, reach your arm out, and touch the ground in front of you, and you're like, oh man.
That's like me coming home from the pub.
Yeah, exactly. He's walking sideways, like this isn't even physically possible. It only works when you're drunk, so
Well, I drive away to clients, mate. So I've got the loin backwards going. I've got the balance worked out.
How is your spine bent backwards at the waist?
Very difficult.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the follow-up shit we got here. Brian, this is yours. Bolton has been indicted.
Yep. For having classified documents in his house.
Yes, mishandling them and all that good stuff. Do you give a shit one way or the other, honestly?
Nah, I'm kind of glad that they're starting to pursue it, but probably nothing will happen, so.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I think they're going for the smaller fish first.
I mean, I just think it's hilarious right now watching the Democrats defend John Bolton.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, guys. Like, this guy's a war hawk, and you hated him until he was working for Trump,
But you notice the charges they got him on? They haven't got him on, transmitting the information or whatever. They've just got him on having them in possession.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he wasn't selling secrets, but he had no authority to have this stuff in his home.
No.
100%.
But neither did Joe Biden, and no one gave a shit about that. They only cared when Trump had his stuff in his house, and he actually had the legal authority to have the stuff with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you get, though? That's how it rolls, right? Apparently, the Supreme Court, I didn't even realize that his appeal on his $1.4 billion Sandy Hook case, I didn't realize this was being appealed already or whatever. I didn't, was happening. Apparently, it got shut down by the Supreme Court. So
yeah,
he has to come up with like the GDP of like France.
It's just the Supreme Court saying this guy can't afford his big bill and they can't force him.
How is he possibly going to come up with $1.4 billion? Because they sued Alex Jones, not InfoWars, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he can't even just like let InfoWars fold and you know what I mean? Oh well, it's gone. Who are you going to take the money from? There's no way he's going to come up with this money in his entire life.
He'll never pay. He'll never pay it.
No, and you didn't help anyone. All you did was punish him, which is not the point of a civil court. It's not for punishment. It's for like paying someone back, contrition. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna set this right, and you're punishing him like this, criminal court.
What do they say? If you owe a man $1 million, you're in trouble. But if you owe a man $1 billion, they're in trouble.
Yep. Never gonna pay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. $1 million you'll never pay either, but you might come close, and it's gonna take you a long time to pay that back,
That's basically your house and everything, mate. That's what it is.
All right, so I'm sure you guys heard about TP USA is doing their own separate halftime show because they don't like Bad Bunny.
Nobody likes Bad Bunny.
Did you see who they got to headline their show?
Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Now, is he gonna do stand up or is he gonna sing like
That's a good question.
the Hanukkah song?
I would think he'd be doing stand up.
Possibly, but I would love to hear Piece of Shit Car again. That'd be hilarious.
I was actually hoping I'd give Tom McDonald.
Oh yeah, I just listened to his new release today, actually. But they have Tom McDonald going there too. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, let's be real. He's been doing very political music for several years now.
Well, Laura Trump was backing him.
Was that?
Was it Laura Trump? Laura Trump was backing him.
I don't know.
Eric's wife. Yeah, Eric's wife. She was pushing for Tom McDonald to get in there.
Well, within like an hour of of Kirk dying, Tom McDonald had a new hit, a song that went up all at the charts about Charlie Kirk getting killed.
Yeah.
It's like the guy sat down and just wrote it on the spot, and I was like, holy crap. I'm not huge into rap, but that guy, I'll say he's talented. I mean,
Have you heard that song? Sorry?
From,
Have you heard that song, Devil is a Democrat?
yes, and I love the fight he got into with Gavin Newsom over it. I thought it was hilarious.
Newsom called him gay.
I know, and I was like, hold on, I thought that wasn't something I thought that was like inappropriate. We're not supposed to
politically incorrect.
Not even like, what's wrong with being gay? Right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's supposed to be the argument, right? Oh my God. But yeah, there was some really funny stuff. I like a lot of his work. I'm not a huge rap fan, but the guy is talented. Just like I'm not huge into bluegrass, but I have like 3 or 4 bluegrass CDs now. Because every time I go to like one of these festival events around here, there's a bluegrass band playing. And I'm like, these guys are good, and I buy their CD for like $10, Which reminds me, I'm gonna have to play you guys some of this one band I heard one of these days. The song's called Hard Times, and it's just the guy plays there's a fiddle, a stand-up bass, and a guitar, and that's it. I don't know how much you guys know bluegrass at all. Like, would you even be able to recognize that kind of music?
Yeah, I don't mind it being bluegrass.
A lot of people would just call it country. You know what I mean? Like, nah, Devil Went Down to Georgia was no country song, okay?
That was the number one hit, wasn't it? Devil Went Down to Georgia. Didn't that get number one?
It might have. It was huge. Like, that was Charlie Daniels' band's hit. That's the only reason why anyone ever heard of that guy, Well, besides the handful of, hillbillies that actually follow bluegrass, But apparently there's a petition to try to get Levi Stadium, where the Super Bowl is going to be, to change the halftime show. I mean, I get signing a piece of paper with enough signatures, but like they're not obligated. It's not like it's the government. They're obligated to do anything.
No, that we already talked about that stupid YourGov those stupid petitions on there. I mean, even if they get 1 million voters, even the government doesn't have to do anything with it. It's just a stupid petition.
Yeah, exactly. They could get literally every American to sign it, and they don't have to even read it.
No.
Doesn't
But it's
Jay-Z?
the NFL. It's the NFL. What are they doing? How are the NFL reading the room? Like,
They're not.
Is this a political stunt? Like
Oh,
they
no.
just sort
Have
of
did you see the crap they're going to be painting in the end zones?
nah.
Oh, just like when they did Black Lives Matter
Oh, you
in the ends,
joking?
they're doing stuff like that again. And they're like, we have like 6 things. You guys got to come in and vote. It's like, oh, it's like,
That's bullshit, mate.
do I look unusually red to you guys?
No,
Yeah.
not really, mate.
Yes, it's the grow light.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's just turning me red, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. All right. So Brian, Virginia, we've been following this from the begin. Well, I say that we've been following Virginia in general for a while because that's kind of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But this one story about the AG race.
Yep.
Tell me, what's
This is
going on in Virginia with this guy?
the Democrat candidate. News came out that he was ticketed for reckless driving years back, and then he didn't like one of his political opponents, and he sent a text to somebody else that said he would wish that there would have been 2 bullets used and kill the guy. And he's since apologized, so he says, for doing that.
Yeah, he said if he had 2 bullets and was in a room with this guy, Pol Pot, and Hitler, this guy would get 2 of them in the head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it
And
was
then he said he wants to kill the guy's kids in the baby's arms. I don't know if you're and more stuff still coming out about that. But anyway, how is this affecting the election? Because none of the Democrats have pulled their support for this guy.
well, President Obama has not endorsed him.
Never giving an endorsement is different than revoking your endorsement. You know that too, right?
Yeah, but the Democrat candidate for governor has not withdrawn her endorsement of him either.
Exactly.
Pretty much the state Democrats are standing behind him because they have no choice to. But
No, just say we're going to lose this one. You know what I mean?
It's 10. The Republican person who's the incumbent is leading by like 10 points. Meanwhile, the governor's race is leaning Democrat, and so is lieutenant governor.
Okay.
Because Virginia is one of those weird states where you vote separately for each candidate.
I like that. And you know what? I would like to see the D's and the R's come off of all the tickets. So you don't vote for a party. You have to actually know if you're voting for somebody or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Virginia's starting to really drive me nuts on this show, dude, because there's so much news coming out of Virginia that I never know if I should put this stuff at follow up, local, put it down under ICE stuff, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just so much crap coming out of Virginia all the time. I don't know. How do you think things are going to turn out in general in Virginia? You think the Democrats keep getting crazier?
The polls, which focus on the very liberal areas of the state, all show that Spanberger is going to win by a landslide. But I think that her support for Jones, the nominee for Attorney General for the Democrat, is hurting her in the polls too. And she didn't answer a whole lot of questions in the debate either. It was, she didn't really have a lot of positions to stand for. So,
interesting you say that about the debate. Did you watch any of the mayoral race debate last night in New York City?
No.
Yeah, I watched a little bit.
Oh, some of it was good. I got a good laugh at some of the Cuomo was like, oh, when you fail, you got to get back up, dust yourself off, figure out what you did wrong, fix it, and try again.
But he didn't figure out what he did wrong.
No, but I think this sounds an awful lot like pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right?
Yeah.
Well, man, Darnie got him on that one where he said about, oh, you were the one who sent all those elderly people into a bloody aged care facility to die.
Well, that thing is, he's been confronted with that more than once, right?
Yeah. And the Nixon that he said, why don't you just make a decision? Because he said, which game would you go to?
Yeah, what was up with them? Which sports team do you want to watch?
He goes, I'll go to a Knicks game.
Yeah, you want to go to
game? Well, I'll do one half at one, I'll do the other half at the other.
Yeah. Would you rather go to a Knicks game or a Yankees game? Is this what we're asking the possible mayor? You know?
I
All
don't
right.
know. I think it's going to be a strange race, mate. And without Curtis Slewer in there, I think
Yeah.
he's going to be. He's the dark horse, mate.
He's ruining. He's making it so Madani definitely wins.
I think you're right. And I understand what the repeat offender is telling us is that if anyone besides Mondani's going to win this, it'd be that guy.
I
But
think
he's
Como's
taking.
got more support than him.
Well, he's already been. Well, that's hilarious. He's already been the mayor. And they didn't care about him killing the grannies. They only cared about him grabbing the
That was when he
fannies.
was governor, not mayor.
That's right. That was governor. Oh my God,
Hmm.
this is a demotion, isn't it?
Yep.
Geez, that'd be like running for president, being president, then running for governor. You know?
I wonder who tapped Eric Adams on the shoulder and said, "Mate, you've got no chance."
Yeah, like, you're just wasting your time, dude. Well, there was a big storm in Alaska. You guys see any of this stuff?
No, I
Yes.
missed that one.
Known as 2 villages had to be 100% evacuated from from the coast.
Oh shit!
And I don't know how much anyone knows about Alaska, but it's very sparsely populated, and it's
Yeah.
not easy to get places. You know,
Hmm.
I didn't see a casualty count, but anytime you got to evacuate, and the best part is it even said they're called villages. They're not even towns; they're villages. You know what I mean? Like 150 people live in these places, so they can pull oil out of the ground. You know?
Mm. It's a rescue
Jeez.
supposed to come from the people within your village, and that'd be only rescue for a while, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm pretty sure that I think anyway. I think these particular places are just like when they go like mining, in like the Arctic or something. Guys will go, or here we go, oil rigs in like the North Atlantic. Guys will go there for like 6 months to a year at a time, and then not work for 2 years with all the money they make doing it because it's just horrible conditions and it's very dangerous. You know.
Yep.
There we go, Brian. You do me a favor and read the title of this next article.
All right.
All right.
I love Hitler.
Yes, thank you. That's at least the clip is going to be you saying it, not me. Yeah, I'm sure you heard about these young Republican kids, the college kids, and their text chain.
Yeah.
First of all, it was clear that these guys were joking. Like, no, they're racist Nazis. I'm like, no, they're. Some of these were pretty funny. Like the one when the guy was like, "Hey, man, you still seeing that Indian girl?" And he comes back with, "Oh, she wasn't Indian. She just didn't take a lot of showers."
What?
I laughed so hard at that.
Yeah, they
I
were
was
just
like-
taking the piss out of each other.
Yeah, I was like, it's off color. Don't get me wrong, but it was hilarious. But yeah, someone sent something in there. Actually said like, "I love Hitler" about something, but it was clearly supposed to be like they're being accused of this by the left. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I don't want someone to kick in my door and rape my family. I love Hitler. You know, but I don't know. Some of these jokes were freaking hilarious, and then JD Vance actually had something to say about all the stuff.
Yeah.
They keep it that big a deal.
George
I think-
Slopadopoulos.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like, this is what's pissing the Dems off right now, right? And all I can think about is like, your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer.
Yep.
You know? Who's that guy? Chris, what's his name? That Mangione killed or allegedly killed? You know, they cheered for that. They cheered for Charlie Kirk being murdered.
Mm-hmm.
But you're upset about some inappropriate jokes that can be told in a locker room between guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't think the left know how to deal with Trump this time. Trump 2.2. He's got too many moving parts going on all at the moment. Like he's going left, right, and centre, and they don't know which one to attack. They don't know where to go.
That's exactly what Brian and I said. Like in his first month in office, was Trump is doing so much shit at the same time. By the time the left reacts, it's already old news. You know?
Yeah.
And he's kept doing it the whole time, basically.
Mate,
Really?
he's just going. He's knocking everything down, isn't he? He's kicking goals. He's knocking things down. Everything they put. Look what he's done in bloody this Middle East peace deal.
Oh,
And
no,
boy,
we
he's
have a
doing-
whole topic to
That's a
talk
whole
about that.
category.
But what I'm saying that is, I won't go into it. But why he's doing that? He's on the phone to bloody Putin saying, "How do you feel if I send bloody Zelensky some tomahawks?"
Yeah, and show him how to target Moscow. It's like, whoa!
He says we've got a couple of 100,000 surplus here.
Like his first time in office, when he was like, you know, like I remember what it was. But he said something to Russia. It was like, "Oh, if you do this, I nuke Moscow." And he's like, "I don't know if he believed me all the way." He was like, "Maybe 10%. Maybe that's enough to get him to stop doing it." And I was like, "Whoa, Jesus Christ, dude!"
Did you see the interview? I won't stick around this topic long. You see the interview and he's talking about when he's working with Putin in Alaska, and he had the bombers go over the top. The bomber flew over the top
Yeah,
of
the
Putin's head.
B2s over his head.
Yeah. And Putin turned around apparently and said to him, "Is that the one?" He said, "Yeah, that's one we hit our own with."
That's perfect. Oh.
That's a looter. That is a looter.
Actually, it's interesting because didn't we just do something with some B2s in Venezuela?
Yeah, we did a flyby.
Yeah. What's crazy is Venezuela probably didn't know until we told them. Well, just Iran didn't know we had B2s in their country until their nuclear stuff blew up, right?
Mhm.
Anyway.
I love it. I love the Don. I love the Don.
Oh, he's hilarious. Don't get me wrong, I have plenty to criticize the guy about, but the problem is the left makes me keep defending Trump. Like, I love to criticize the government. I really do. But like you're upset he's deporting illegal migrants. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I could have been with you saying maybe we could calm this down a little bit, but you guys are fucking rioting in the streets. Like, I can't support that, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
But it's funny because they go and it's been all the news, these kids, these young Republicans. I don't remember what campus it was. It's been everywhere. And then there's this New Jersey high school where this group of girls had a text chat going around. They were going to kill every last Jew. One of them was going to dress up as Hitler for Halloween, and all the rest of her friends were going to dress up like exterminated Jews. And I'm like, these guys made a joke about, you know, black people. They made a joke about Indian people. They made a joke about wasps, you know? Just in case anyone doesn't know what a wasp is, it's a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. It's Brian, for God's sakes, you know? And these girls, instead of going to dress like fucking Hitler on Halloween, like, don't get me wrong, like, that would be a great costume in a costume contest, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
But that's the thing, like, you're at the bar judging, like, doing the costume contest. Someone shows up like Hitler. You're like, okay, that took some balls, but I need to not be here anymore, you know?
Yeah, gotta go.
I gotta be somewhere else. How big a deal is Halloween down under?
Yeah, so same day as you, we celebrate, but we just follow you guys. But it's not really big. It's just more like the supermarkets are trying to market from it. They're trying to, you know.
It's huge here. It's very American, though. Let's be real.
It's so huge, we're not going to
it
be
is
able to do a
American.
show on Halloween.
Yeah.
It is American, mate.
Yeah, well, I gotta take my girls trick-or-treating. There's no way they're not dressing up in costumes and going trick-or-treating. By the way, I got my costume ordered. I bought one instead of making one this year. I'm going to be Mothman.
Oh, boy.
But I thought being in West Virginia, Mothman was appropriate.
It is.
You should have dressed up as Hitler.
Are you going to go trick-or-treat at the Mothman Museum?
That's a hike. It's very far away. And it's interesting you say about dressing up like Hitler because, Brian, remember when we did that show and you're like, holy crap, you're clean shaven.
Yep.
I had shaven like 45 minutes before the show, but I left a Hitler stash, right? And I come out of the bathroom, I look at the wife, and I was like, "So what do you think about the Charlie Chaplin mustache?" She goes, "No one's going to think Charlie Chaplin."
No.
And I was like, "I don't know. I think I should do at least one show with this." She's like, "No, it will be everywhere. It'll come
You
back
see
up
what-
someday."
You see what happened when Prince Harry dressed up as bloody Hitler? He ended up with Meghan Markle.
But why did we let this guy ruin so much stuff? Like, why did we take away the Charlie Chaplin mustache because of this one guy? Why has no one named their kid Adolf since? We even skipped Adolf in the hurricane listings, like names.
Yep.
People change their last names. Like, I think there's one family named Hitler in the United States that refused to change their name. I'm like, you one asshole ruins it for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, guy was a big asshole, but I don't know. To say the name Adolf has to disappear forever now is crazy.
Hmm.
All right. Oh. Okay, so the View said that they try to have Republicans on, but they're too scared to come. They said this to RFK Jr.'s wife.
Oh yes, and do we have this? What do you got? What's the story you got? Go for it.
Conservatives fire back after the View host says they're afraid. But
Clay and Buck, I heard it. They said, "Hey,
I
we've
was
been
going to say
trying
both their names are in this article.
we were trying to get into the show, and you said you're overbooked. You know, you couldn't do it. It was the end of the season." And they keep saying, "Hey, we'll come on the show. We'll even have you guys come on our show."
They said it would be great to get both sides of this argument to listen to each other instead of echo chambers.
Charlie Kirk style.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna. Whoopi Goldberg's not gonna do that. They're not gonna be on the show. She's talking out her ass. She doesn't know. Nobody wants to go on the show. I guarantee 95% of the conservatives, if they would have a chance to go on The View, they would go on The View.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Shoot, I don't consider myself conservative. Starting to consider myself Republican at this point. But I would go on The View.
Just to have a
That'd be
debate
like-
because
Yeah.
you love debating people.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
it's But yeah, like a bunch of these Republicans came out with receipts showing the emails of them trying to get on the show, and they're like, "No,
Mhm.
no. Come on, lady. You really think that JD Vance doesn't want to come on The View and put you all in your place?"
I reckon I know more than those witches on that show, mate.
I believe you do.
But did
All
you see what it was? Did you even see that one when Judge Janine Pirro went on there talking about a book and they attacked us straight away about all these other policies?
Yeah, at least let her plug her book, right?
Yeah, all she
And
was
then-
there was for a book.
And then rip her apart. And thing is, they don't do well when they have the Republicans on because like their arguments are terrible. Like just it's
Mhm.
all emotion, no real. For what? How long did we run a segment on this show, Brian? That we always talked about The View on purpose every week.
You got mad at me. You had a whole theme music for it and everything.
I know, but I was like, I'm done talking about these women.
You tried to ban it, but I keep bringing it back randomly now. Because
Yeah, I know, and
it's too entertaining. I mean, they're so ridiculous. You know, the shit they say is unbelievable.
Yes. Oh, goodness. And it's too bad. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed a lot of Whoopi Goldberg's work over my lifetime,
But
especially.
I don't
her
care
work-
about it anymore because she's ruined it with her political views. I'm like, be an actor. We don't care about your policy, your beliefs.
100%, mate.
Yeah, like I love Star Trek, right?
I love Star
Oh,
Trek too. I watch all the new ones on Paramount Plus.
Enterprise, is it? No, Strange New Worlds.
Yep. New season coming out soon. Next year.
Oh, I was to say, I just finished the season.
Yeah, they're filming a new one already.
Yeah. But she was on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yep.
And she was a great character on the show. Now, like when I do, hey, let's watch some Star Trek, and I see her, I'm like, oh, I hate when she speaks, you know? Why can't I remember her name? I keep wanting to say Uhura, but Uhura's the
No, it wasn't her. She was
yeah,
the
it's the white.
bartender.
Yeah, and she was like not an empath. She was one of those people that lives like 5,000 years or something like that.
Mhm.
Just like the one from on the new season, the new series. The old lady with the underwater voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah, Uhura is the one with the weird earpiece that speaks like 30 languages.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what though? I could not get into uh well, what was the one that was set the furthest into the future? Vo
With Janeway.
no, I liked Voyager actually. They were just trying to get home. I like that one. There was another one that came out after that. There was a black woman captain. The main character was like her daughter or something. Or no, never mind. That's from Below Decks, the cartoon one. But the main character in this one was a black woman too, and she like got some weird angel armor that she went out into space alone, traveled through time.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched most of it. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's gotten too ridiculous even for Star Trek, you know. Anyway,
That's saying a lot right there.
yeah, Star Trek's supposed to be ridiculous, right? It's like
Yeah.
in Star Trek, communism works, right?
Yeah. So that's what they're all about.
Uh, uh, so apparently we've had some Medicaid. I don't know if the fraud's the right word, but $32 million, potentially anyway, has been paid out to ineligible people in West Virginia. Some were dead.
Well, where'd the money go?
Oh,
Excellent question. Excellent question. I saw this and I got frustrated as hell. And Europe, they shut the government down over like Medicaid, right?
No, they're shutting it. Well,
That's their argument, right?
no, it's not Medicaid. It's Obamacare. The COVID related subsidies that the Dems put in place in order to get them through. They had
That's
to
right.
put
They
them through
expired.
as they had to put a time limit on 'em. They could make them permanent to get them
Yep.
through because they used the rescission process to get them approved, and now they're expiring, and everybody's freaking out about how much Obamacare is going to cost. I thought that
It's supposed to be
Obamacare is the
affordable care.
nickname for it. I thought it was called the Affordable Care. So if people can't afford it, then maybe we need to rethink the Affordable Care Act.
yeah,
I
100%. Was it the end of the
Because
year?
all the
Well, it doesn't.
promises that President Obama gave us when they will push it through. Oh, you can keep your doctor. It's going
Yeah,
to
if
be
you like your doctor, you can keep your
affordable.
doctor.
It's going to be great. We're going to be better for healthcare. You're going to have more access. It's got none of that.
Yeah,
It's worse.
rates went up, and then if you didn't have health insurance because you couldn't afford it, they fined you.
Yeah, well, the fines never really took effect.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I know they were going to. I have had TRICARE since this whole Affordable Care Act thing started. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're spoiled with TRICARE.
Yeah,
once the end of the
honestly.
year it runs out, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't it the end of the year it runs out?
Yeah, the subsidies. Yeah.
Yep. And yeah. And we all know that's not why they really.
But the problem with these subsidies were also put in place where anybody with any income could get a subsidy. So you can make $200,000 a year and you got a subsidy for your Obamacare policy.
Yeah. Yeah, when you should be buying your own at that point.
Yeah. If you can afford it, you should be paying for it instead of getting a subsidy. And they weren't checking for illegals. So, they can say that illegals weren't having access to it, but okay.
Well, here's the problem is they never said illegal aliens. They said undocumented migrants. The problem is as soon as they get into the system, documents are created and they are no longer undocumented. However, they are still illegal. And that's why they do this little shift of words all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weren't they given driver's license in bloody Illinois or California?
California gave a dude a CDL that killed a family of immigrants too.
Yeah.
I thought it was Florida.
No, they got their CDL in California and killed him in Florida.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And that was the second license he had. Didn't he get one in like Oregon before that expired or something?
Pretty much think so, mate. Yeah.
What's hilarious, I just saw an article about a guy's driver's license, a CDL, actually said no name given as the guy's fucking name.
That's not a name.
And I was like, oh. Now this guy's driving a 16-wheeler that weighs like 6 tons. You know what I mean? Oh. I don't know. I see so many trucks driving through where I am because I'm in coal and lumber country.
Mm-hmm.
And so like we got granite quarries, everything, all that stuff, coal mines. And I see these giant trucks driving by with just literal tons and tons and tons of stone in them, or entire tree, like dozens of trees on these trucks that are linked. The trailers are linked together, and you're like, holy crap. Like, I saw Final Destination, and I thought that was terrifying when that log came
Now
off
you're
the
living
truck.
it.
Yeah, I'm driving behind the guy and that's not just the freaking telephone pole thing. This is a 6 feet, no, not 6 feet, 4 feet around tree,
Keep your cats away, mate. Bit of Pet Cemetery.
Yes. Speaking of, dude, I was thinking about it just yesterday about where I grew up and the house that I left to come here. I was like, how many pets have I buried in that yard? Like, for real. And I thought about it over all the years. And then I was thinking even more closely when I moved back for a little while. I buried buried 4 pets in 5 years, and one of them one cat just didn't come home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if whoever moves in here decides to try to like level out this area of the backyard,
They're for a surprise.
they're gonna dig up these pets. I was like, it's gonna be terrible when they open up one big one that's got like 2 dogs in it with like squeaky toys buried with them. Actually, if you dug that up in your backyard, you'd be like, oh, this is awesome.
Go on That's Life or something.
Yeah, you'd be poking at the bones, be like, oh man, that's so cool.
$5,000 story.
Yeah. We just had a big fire down in town. This old hotel that's no one's been there for a long time. Caught on fire. They're saying the fire started on the 3rd floor, which means, and they're almost certain it was squatters.
Of course.
But it was crazy, dude. Like they couldn't get anywhere. It shut everything down. And what really got me was I'm looking at the pictures because some dude had his own drone, and he went up there and was like live streaming this thing through a Facebook page. I was like, oh, cool. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I think that's the RNC headquarters. And I was like, oh, fuck, it is. It's the building next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first I thought that it was like a terror thing, like, like fuck the Republicans.
Yeah.
Which you don't get a lot of far lefties. I say, and that's the problem, dude, is I keep saying far left to refer to the nut jobs. But the problem is these nut jobs that are doing the crazy things like killing people and lighting fires have the same beliefs as your mainstream Democrats. Like Charlie Kirk, it was over like trans issues. That's like one of the biggest issues the Democrats have right now. It's like,
but I don't know if we have it in here, but I saw an article this week that said that magically people are trying to find as trans in high schools and middle schools is way down.
I saw that. It's dropping. Yeah, the trend has ended.
It's not getting pumped all the time. Did you guys see that new News Nation interview? The town hall at Kennedy Centre?
I don't watch News Nation that often.
Cuomo, what's his name, Smith, and Bill O'Reilly hosted it. And they had, they had Democrats and Republicans on there. They had Jim Jordan, Fetterman, they even had Joe Manchin on there. And O'Reilly turned around and he said to Fetterman, he goes, yeah, Joe Manchin.
Yeah, you're ex-senator.
I have to say, he used to be the senator here.
Yeah. Well, he turned around and actually he was governor too, wasn't he?
No, just senator.
Yeah, I say not that I'm aware of. Doesn't mean he didn't at one point though.
Yeah. Anyway, Bill O'Reilly turned around to Fetterman. He says, he's spewing out all this stuff, and he goes, "What do you believe in? What's your beliefs?" And anyway, Fetterman's answering him back. And he goes, mate, you should be a Republican, not a Democrat.
And you know what? Maybe that's where I saw a lot of stuff come from, was that particular interview, because I saw all sorts of stuff coming about how he's not leaving the Democrat Party, and he's going to try to reform it. That's probably exactly what started the whole thing then.
Yeah, well, he turned around and Floyd Fetterman said, he goes, I'm the only Democrat in my family. He said, what I don't get into is all these people calling Republicans Nazis and fascists and all that. He says, the people I grew up with and knew and know,
Yeah,
they
the people I
voted
love.
Republican. They are decent people, And he said,
Yeah,
one thing I won't
exactly. You're
get into-
calling my friends and my family Nazis. Come on. No,
Yeah. And that's what they need to do. People like Fetterman and that need to stand up. This is the only way you're going to bring the temperature down.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They don't care about that.
I've started something new I'm trying concerning all of that. I am going today was the first day I posted it. I think I'm going to try to do this every week or so, but I'm going to post that the Nazis are not real. They used to be 80 years ago, but there's no infrastructure, there's no hierarchy, there's no leadership. It's just an idea, just like Antifa.
Yeah, that could work.
Because I had one guy tell me that Antifa has never been a thing. I was like, actually, that's why they sing Bella Ciao. I was like, for the love of God, this was an actual organization in Europe during World War II, just like the fucking Nazis,
We've got uniforms and marketing gear and
that's the thing, dude. I can go
If you
online
ask ChatGPT about it, they did it on the No Agenda show. It comes out and says that Antifa is not an actual group. It's a loosely affiliated bunch of people. They don't have actual leadership.
So is it fucking ISIS and Al Qaeda, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do that intentionally so that you can't cut the head off the snake.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say Siri is programmed by Google as well too, wasn't she? Didn't she come up with some weird facts?
I honestly don't know. I never checked, but Siri. Actually, I don't even have access to Siri. I don't think.
Siri doesn't do anything near like Chat. She's not AI. Apple hasn't really figured out the whole AI thing like ChatGPT and all the other companies.
It kind of is AI. Just like when you play against the chess against the computer. It's an AI. It's just a very
artificial intelligence. It's AI.
Yeah, it's just not very advanced, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, what's going to happen when we actually have like robots doing all of our physical work for us?
It's gonna be bad.
Maybe, but like, it's gonna be funny when John Deere comes answers the question, who's gonna pick the crops, and John Deere comes out and says, "Oh, our new model, the Juan Deere 3000, will pick your crops for you." Come on, that was a good setup, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're not going to take a dump 30 minutes after you clock on, are they?
Yeah. The robot goes, "I sure am tired, boss." You go, "Shut the fuck up, get back to work. I have 3 more batteries and another 2 trickle charging, all right?"
Yeah.
It's a good thing I'm not running for office, because some of the things I say here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is hilarious. Could you imagine if I actually ran for like a local office and whoever I would be running against
Found the show?
No, never found the show. And just be like, slipped right under that radar.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, right? But you know me, if I did something like that and I made like campaign signs, I'd put a QR code that would take you right to the show, and you know it. Hey, if you don't want me to do the job for you, don't vote for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you like what I
Make
am
it payback.
saying, yeah, I put my views out there plenty over the last several years, so you know what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Change your name to Pedro.
Well, here I might want to change my name to like Smith or Johnson, so I fit in with everyone else. Like, you have an English name. Oh, okay.
Adolf Johnson.
Adolf.
Adolf Johnson.
That would be hilarious. Anyway, moving back on to local after we've been at this for like 15 minutes and we haven't got past the local news yet.
That's what happens to bring a repeat offender on, mate.
Yeah. But we were talking about Halloween, and apparently Virginia is one of the top 5 Halloween obsessed states right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Guapo shared that. I was hoping he'd be able to follow up, hoping he'd read the article. But that's okay. It didn't say much, just people are excited. Everyone decorates, they go to parties, they give out candy, yada yada. Yeah.
I love myself a good Halloween party.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's an excuse for like
Adult.
young women to wear almost no clothes in cold weather. And they do it.
My wife dresses up as a chicken, so
There you go.
just go to those inflatable chicken costumes.
So you're gonna tell everyone that at the party you're gonna be like, hey, would you like to see my big cock? You're like, I might now.
So Norfolk spent a ton of money on this beach ramp in Ocean View to make sure emergency vehicles could get down to the beach.
Yeah.
They spent $430,000 on this thing.
Okay. How long's it been there? Because I don't remember ever seeing something like this when I was in Virginia.
I don't know. It's making me log in here.
Well, somewhere in the article it says they barely finished building it.
Yeah, I think it's fairly new.
They had to tear it down because of what, like tide damage or something?
Erosion.
So it was built really shitty. Like, we have techniques to avoid erosion from being that fast. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, this thing was like a pier, right?
Yeah, they're blaming it on global warming.
What the fuck does that have to do with the fact that you didn't dig a hole and put concrete down in the seabed and instead put posts on silt? You know, at that point, you may as well have done a floating pier because those exist, right? And they work very well. Now, don't get me wrong, you might have to make the thing huge to get an ambulance down it safely, but come on. Shit, Brian, you've been on the FAF, the floating accommodation facility.
That was a shithole.
It was. They wanted me to sleep on that thing on duty days. And I was like, those are bed bugs. They're like, that's gross. Like, well, you can't go to the ship and sleep. I was like, fuck you. It's like, you go ahead and find me in my berthing in the middle of the night and come tell me I gotta go sleep in bed bugs and I'll just stay up all night, you know? But that was an entire floating building. Anyway, they tore this thing down. Are they going to rebuild it, or are they going to try something new, or just say, oh, well, use ATVs like Baywatch?
They're not planning on rebuilding it, no.
So it's a giant waste of taxpayer money.
Yeah.
Ocean View. Okay.
Or Greenies was.
Okay. Thank you. I was like, I know Ocean View. I know the name of the road. So yeah, that was like
El Guapo lives in Ocean View.
Does he? Jeez, isn't that stupid expensive?
Well, he doesn't have beachfront property.
Okay. Just like beachfront property in Virginia Beach is through the roof, but you move 4 miles from the beach and it's the freaking ghetto dump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Greenies, I was with like Jillian's and Have a Nice Day and all those other bars that got shut down, right?
Yeah, there's new things in their place now at Waterside.
Did anything ever replace the Thirsty Camel?
Nope. It burned down and never got replaced. It's just an empty lot there. And
That's too
Greenies
bad.
got bought by the city of Norfolk and turned into a parking lot. You know the tax revenue that parking lot's bringing in for the city now?
Oh,
Tons.
sure. Yeah, tons of it. I liked the Thirsty Camel, man.
I never actually been in there, so
Oh, one, they had a big pier out, big deck, giant deck out back over the water, right? And then a pier you go out and go, they would literally catch fish.
yeah, they
Like
still
they
have
had,
the fishing pier still there,
well,
and there's
no,
a restaurant on the pier too. But
yeah, I was gonna say they would cook the fucking fish you caught.
nice.
And
Nice.
this was back when Virginia allowed smoking in bars as long as they were separate completely from
They still do
non-smoking.
that. They still
Oh,
have
okay.
that.
Okay. Well,
There's just not that
Greenies,
many bars that
yeah,
that
not
do
Greenies,
it.
the Thirsty Camel.
Greenies had a non-smoking section.
Oh, no, but the Thirsty Camel in particular had a like a phone booth
Yeah,
with like
a lot of
with a
places do
tube.
that. That's your
Yeah, with a
non-smoking section.
that's your non-smoking section. We want this. We're inviting the smokers to come here to drink because I know it looks like I smoke a billion cigarettes. Realistically, I go through 6 times as many cigarettes doing this show as any other time.
So this show drives you to smoke.
It's the drinking beer makes me want to,
Talking.
and yeah, it makes me want to have a smoke, and the talking makes me want to smoke. And which is why these bars did so great. You go there with your buddies, bullshit, drink some beers,
Uh-huh.
As long as you didn't light up a cigar, nobody complained,
Right.
It just gets cigars. It's just so thick and stinky. You have to go to a special place for that kind of thing where everyone's cool with it,
Yeah.
But just like the Thirsty Camel was the place to go if you wanted to smoke a cigarette, or Quaker Steak and Lube,
Gone.
the whole place, or just the smoking section.
No, the whole place is gone. It's now a faux shop.
No.
Yeah, they finally shut down.
When I went to Pennsylvania to go to Hershey, I stayed in York, I think.
And you found a Quaker State and Lube?
We drove by it on our way to our hotel, and I was like, it's within like 5 miles of where we're staying. We're going to the lube.
And what'd she say?
Oh, she was more excited than I was.
Yeah.
So we went there and got some wings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was so
Watch some
I-
UFC.
right. Well, yeah. Where did we usually go to watch UFC fights?
We started out at Quaker State and Lube, and then we think we ended up at Hooters.
We did Hooters for a little while because it was cheap.
Yeah, and then we went to Quaker State and Lube.
Yeah, and I was when there's somewhere after that, but maybe I am thinking of Hooters because I know we never went to the Green Turtle. watch the
No,
fights,
they
right?
have it. They didn't have it when you were down here, but they do now.
Of course, they're still open. Thank God.
Yeah, they're
What-
still
what-
open when you come in to visit.
Okay, we've officially finished purchasing the house next door. The mother-in-law can move into that house,
You
which
said
means
she already moved.
no. Are you kidding me? She got sick as soon as we were ready to start moving her shit. She got sick because of the season change. Not talking trash. That happens in general.
Yeah, if you're
and-
living in Florida for your life and then you move to West Virginia,
Well, yeah,
people ain't
not
used to
only-
winter in Florida.
but
I mean,
that
if
and
it
it's-
gets if it gets below 70 in Florida, people are breaking out their winter coats.
well, that and it's a different biome. It's a different life. It's different things you're going to catch in a different area, right?
Yeah,
That your body has no immunities to. So she was down for like 3 weeks, which is I was actually genuinely worried. I had to keep reminding the wife. I was like, "Hey, your mom needs to eat just when she feels sick." I was like, "She's diabetic. She
gotta eat
needs
when you're
to
diabetic.
eat." I was like, and not just that, like if she, the food helps you fight the illness. But we're finally gonna start moving her stuff. I hope I get it out before winter starts because I just don't want to deal with all the stuff sitting in my garage.
hmm
But either way, it's probably not going to be until spring till I drive to Virginia to get the rest of my stuff because I'm not hauling a trailer across mountain roads in the ice. You know
Why
what I mean?
not?
Yeah.
That'd be
Thousand-
exciting. Smoke some weed
thousand
right
ways
before
to
you hit the
die.
mountains.
Friggin' jackknife. But when I get over there, man, I'm bringing my little token keychain thing that has my mug number on it. Be like, boom, I have one of the original mugs. That one's mine. I know no one else has drank out of my mug
Nope.
because mine actually has a number.
Yeah, they stopped putting numbers on the mugs now, but I still have a number on mine.
That's because they just wash mugs out now and give them to people. Like, no, I have my own mug, and it's hanging up. And shit, you were there when I got mine, right? It was the two of us
No,
together.
you got yours before I got mine. You're the one
Mine's-
that told me about the deal.
Ah, okay. I'm saying because my mug is below number 100. I
I'm
was one of the first-
328.
Yeah, mine is. I think it's
gonna be late
93
like
or
that.
something.
Now they
mine's
got
93.
a deal where you pay $100 a year at one time, and I get a $25 credit to go in there and eat every single month for 12 months.
So as long as you use it, you make money or you
Oh, yeah.
save money,
Uh-huh.
and they make money, right?
Yeah, because I'm in there, you know?
And while you're there, you're drinking out of your mug.
Exactly. So I'm
You know,
paying. It runs around. I usually spend like $10-15 with food and tip, when I go in there each month.
All right, so you get like a burger and a beer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. And I know you were with me when this happened because we were arguing about how there's no way this mug holds a pint, and the bartender filled a pint and poured
They
it
still
into my
do that
mug.
on occasion when people question it, They still do
Yeah.
that.
I was like, you got me, dude. I was like, the taper of that mug is more deceiving. The taper of that glass is more deceiving than I thought it was,
Yep.
But yeah, right in front of me, I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, what? I pay like half price. I get happy hour prices.
$1 off.
I thought I
$1 off.
signed up for happy hour prices.
Well, it's $1 off now.
Well, that's not what I. Yeah, I probably don't have any paperwork saying what the fucking what I signed.
No, that
right?
was a long time ago. I don't even know if they ever provided paperwork. They just told you what the deal was.
Yeah, they handed me a little thing for my keychain, so I go, my mug.
I don't even have that anymore. I got the app.
I didn't know they had an app. Well, yeah, it's funny because I just found this thing like 3 months ago. It was in one of my old wallets because it had broken off of my keychain.
Oh, nice.
But
You get your
I know-
read print after 6 point.
man, I just know that if I go in there and don't even have my little doohickey, I could just say like, mine has the Red Sox and the Bruins sticker on the mug.
Yeah.
Man, I missed that place. The food was good. The beer was good. The crew
Food's
was
still
good.
good. Food's still pretty good.
And there was always a game on. There was like 30 televisions, and they're all in different games. The NFL Network, NHL Network, MLB. Be
Mhm.
sitting there, be like, "Hey, can we watch the Bruins game over here?" And
I'm like, sometimes I still like to go there and watch NFL. I sit at a booth when I watch my game because then I can turn the volume up on the TV a little bit. They know me, I'm a regular in that. I've been going there for years. So
it's gonna drive me nuts, dude. What the hell is the hockey team in Detroit? Red Wings.
yeah, the Red Wings.
Sorry, it was driving me nuts. Well, I was gonna say, like, we would go in there and be like, "Hey, can we put the Bruins over here and the Red Wings over there?"
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, which is funny. It made me think of Eric Lindros. Yeah, that's an old man now, huh? But speaking of shit like that, Nolan Ryan is like 80 years old, 80 something years old now.
That's
He just did an
crazy.
opening pitch for a baseball game and threw
Uh.
86 miles an hour.
At 86.
80. That's like
Yeah.
better than high school baseball players, almost as good as your best college pitchers. Well, the world record now is like what, 103 mile an hour pitch. Randy Johnson used to have it when he broke 100, but anyway. What do you got here, Brian?
Secretary Kristi Noem, blaming Democrats for the federal government shutdown, is ready to roll out at airport TSA security checkpoints. However, some airports are refusing to play it, including one in our area. Norfolk International Airport confirms to News 3
Most
it is
liberal
not
areas
playing
where
the
their
clip.
airports are at.
Leaders sent a statement saying, in part, quote, the Norfolk Airport Authority's long-standing practice is to decline political
I thought it was
messaging
gonna
within
play the
its
fucking
facilities.
announcement.
We are
Fuck that shit. I don't want to care about that. I wanted to hear the actual
Hold
announcement.
on. The Norfolk International Airport's primary whatever is to decline to get involved with political messaging. Dear God, how long did they play CNN and every single one of their
That's
televisions?
because CNN was paying them to have it on there. They were making buku bucks to have it on.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing that kept CNN ratings high as long as it was.
No, it really was though. Like when that stopped, they're like, "Oh wow!" Like 20 million televisions just shut off CNN all at once and never
Yeah.
turned it back on.
Yeah, never ever.
Oh my God. But yeah,
Well, that was failure.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's all right. Here we go again. Should I put this in local follow up or what? I ended up making a tiny little topic, but it'll flow here. We've been talking about again so much shit in Virginia. We've been talking about what Loudoun and Fairfax counties, right? With
Yep.
the trans stuff. Well, looks like the court has stopped the schools from disciplining the boys who don't want girls in their locker rooms.
Hallelujah.
Uh,
The problem is, will the courts continue this if there's a Democrat governor in place?
Well, you would ideally the judges wouldn't change their view of the law based upon who's in office, right?
Ideally, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, I know exactly how that goes. And there we go, Brian. Well, actually, if you want, you could do a share this next one too.
All
Your
right.
call. This dude, Colin Rugg, he posted this on X. Oh, you might not be able to if you don't log into X. I might have to. I'm not sure.
Let me see what I get. I think I can usually get in. I don't have to log in. Oh wait, you got to because it's age restricted.
Oh, okay. Well, what it doesn't really matter. He went in there to this like school board meeting and was talking about boys and girls locker rooms, girls and boys locker rooms because they're saying trans or whatever. And as he's talking, a
I heard about this.
handful of high school students, mind you. High school. Now, I'm pretty sure they were all 18,
Yeah.
but a handful of these young ladies stood next to him and started stripping down.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, this is inappropriate. We need order. And he's like, oh, does this make you uncomfortable with a bunch of people of the opposite sex changing in front of you? It's like, well, it's
That's
just,
exactly what's going on with the transgenders.
Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, I ideally, we could make everyone happy. But let's be realistic. If you only have a men's and a women's locker room and you let the biological male into the women's locker room because he identifies as a woman and then whips his dick out in front of all the girls.
Yeah.
You know, if I could have got away with this in high school, I probably would have done it.
We've said this before.
Yeah, this sounds like something I would have done and be like, nothing you can do about it. Look at my junk. You know what I mean? Let me oil up my cock and balls so that I don't get a weird rash when from running, playing football. You know what I mean? Watch me lube up my dick so I don't get a weird chafe. You know? Like, but wouldn't that offend you? You're the girl, and I'm just staring at you, rubbing oil on my dick. You'd be like, And oh, that's gross. People don't do that. People put band-aids on their nipples to run.
Yeah.
Trust me, people oil their thighs to not get that chafe from running. I don't know how many people played sports. You know? And which is even better. I've heard people like, well, why are you doing this kind of stuff in the locker room? It's like, well, where else am I going to prepare for my competition? Like the bathroom. I think that's what the fuck a locker room is.
Yeah.
Like there's a giant open shower where 7 dudes bathe.
I don't know if the open shower still exists in schools.
It did in my high school.
It did mine too. I was
In
in
the
school before
boys.
you. Yeah.
Only in the boys.
Oh, really?
What-
I never went in the women's locker room to see what they had to offer. So
Well, like I said, if I had the chance to whip my dick out in the girls' locker room in high school,
you were there.
trust me, I've been in the girls' locker room. Okay,
All
Never let
right.
it go boy.
I was a stupid teenager. You know what I mean? And that shit. It's funny because you think, oh, today you go to jail for that. It's like, no, today you get a fucking parade.
You ain't no Robinson Crusoe, mate.
Yeah. So you can't see that Trump found some way to pay our troops during the
Yeah,
shutdown.
he transferred money from unused funds over the last year to
Yeah.
pay the troops this last. But they're saying that there's people saying that it's illegal and it's going to end up in court.
The Democrats have already shut it down. Democrats, Schumer and all them have already shut it down. And they're the ones saying, oh, we need to at least pay the troops. It's like, yeah, we tried to, and you said no because you want to make your fucking political point.
Well, they all got paid on the 14th, so the 15th. So they got their middle month paycheck. So,
Yeah, I mean, we had
and
plenty of
I mean, I know how to solve this problem. And apparently, Congress was really smart a few years back, and they put this law in place that
Just put
said no matter what, they will get paid.
Well,
Yep.
The
then why
government
they
shut
not?
down.
So then what's the issue if there's a law saying they're going to get paid?
No, the congressmen get paid. I
Oh, so
want to create a
Congress gets
law.
paid.
I want to get a law. I want to create a law that if the government shut down, they don't get a paycheck until the government reopens. That's what the law should be.
That's what it should
Nobody
be.
gets
And
paid.
I was going to say, maybe we should pass a law that the service gets paid no matter
Well,
what.
they've started pushing through the defense budget bill, and the Democrats are still voting it down. They're literally putting up the appropriations bill just for the Defense Department, or War Department now is what they're called.
Yes,
And
Department of War.
the Senate Democrats are still voting it down. They're not even voting for that.
Which lets you know that all this garbage they're talking is just trash talk.
All political.
I don't know. I wonder how many of these Democrat legislative officials actually are actually vets.
Not as many as used to be.
Yeah, because typically now your vets tend to vote Republican or at least Libertarian.
Yep.
Because you've seen this shit. Like I've seen communism happen. I've seen where it's going on.
And
it's
they've been
flip-
overseas. They've been in other countries. You know, they've experienced it.
Yeah. And it's funny because the Democrats will always say, well, communism has never been implemented correctly. And so apparently Mamdani is going to fix it. But the problem is, throughout history, the Democrats have always pointed at least one communist nation and said, there you go, that's an example of communism working until it falls apart again. Bernie Sanders friggin' honeymooned in the United Soviet Socialist Republic. Is that what it is? USSR?
Yeah.
It is, okay, yeah. Like he went, not Russia, the USSR, the
Yeah, he
Soviet
went to the
Union.
Soviet Union, yeah.
For his honeymoon. Because that's socialism or communism working. And then they pointed at China about how communism works until people pointed out they're actually not technically communist. They're like a capitalist.
They got a really
Communism.
weird system.
Yeah, weird rules the way they do it. But and then recently they pointed at Venezuela for an example of communism working. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we blew that. And was it Norway? It was like, Bernie Sanders, please stop telling people we're socialist. We're not. But yeah, and then after it collapsed, like, oh, it wasn't done right. It's like, well, you personally pointed at it and say, here's an example of it working. So
Yeah.
this is my big one. That's communists. Socialism is the same thing. I don't care what anyone says. Lenin, who wrote the Socialist Manifesto, wrote right in that the end goal of socialism is communism. This is supposed to be a stepping stone from our capitalist society.
Yeah.
But All right. So yeah, anyway. So now we're not paying our troops. Or maybe not.
We paid
Next paycheck.
paid him the next paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah, they're paid up to now. That might have been their last one.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what's this one? Jeffries and Lawler had a fight, I guess. I don't know. You find so many friggin' arguments on Capitol Hill, you know?
Yeah, it's all about the shutdown. We might actually have video of this. Let me see. Let me start it so I can get through the commercial. Yep. Here
Yeah,
I got a Google DuckDuckGo commercial. I wonder who's actually paying for the commercial.
Hey, while this is happening, anyone who actually listens to our show, we could use a couple bucks.
Yeah, it's almost time to pay.
Yeah, we got to pay for our storage fees. But
End of the month, end of November.
if we could actually bring in more than the storage fees, first of all, we don't expect to get paid for this garbage for real. This is Brian and I not cussing people out on the road for saying something stupid, right?
Yeah.
But if we brought in more than we needed, that money would probably go into paying subscriptions to this crap. So we didn't have to deal with all these commercials and everything, you know?
I mean, if you shotgun a Foster's, I mean, we've already got the subscription paid for, so.
He told me Bud Light.
Bud Light, mate. Probably a
He
Bud
said
Light.
Skull of Bud Light was what he said. And you know what's funny is I looked at one of the tall boys the other day. It was like $1.50. I was like, I might. You know?
You should. It'll be worth it.
$20 is $20.
And it's not the worst beer. It's
not.
It tastes like every other light beer, right?
Yeah.
Miller Lite, I will say, is a little different.
It's
almost salty.
Because it's made with rice, and
instead of wheat.
Yeah.
That's what's different about it. I knew there was something different from a Miller Lite than a Bud Light or a Coors Light or a. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway,
here we go.
Show me about the shutdown.
He is expected to remain closed for at least another week. It comes as the
Brett
Senate
Baer?
Democratic leader faces backlash.
He's still there.
He's still there?
That seem to have put
He
both
hasn't
sides
aged.
further apart.
Good plastic surgeon.
Chad Pergram explains.
Republicans fuming at Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer after he declared it gets, quote, better for Democrats the longer the shutdown lingers.
To inflict pain on other people so that he can have a good day. You have lost your way.
However, President Trump made a similar point, again threatening to slash federal programs important to Democrats.
Every day gets better for them. No, every day it's actually getting worse for them. We'll give them a little taste of their own medicine.
A caller who said she's from Virginia upbraided House Speaker Mike Johnson about the shutdown on C-SPAN.
I'm begging you to pass this legislation. My kids could die. We don't have the credit because of the medical bills that I have to pay regularly.
The Capitol is now a political tinderbox following this week's verbal altercations.
You're embarrassing yourself right now. You could sign on to this. The only embarrassment here is you.
Democrats even questioning the Speaker's faith.
Speaker Mike Johnson, he says in his beliefs.
What the fuck is that?
In the Bible. I don't understand.
She's from Connecticut with her purple hair.
Rosa DeLario. She's a congresswoman or a senator?
With that world.
She looks like someone out to speak.
Congresswoman.
Speaker, try to lower this temperature.
Emotions are high.
She
People
looks
are
like something
upset.
shit
I'm
out
upset.
after eating
I'm
weird
very
candy.
patient mad, but I am very angry right now because this is dangerous stuff.
The Senate voted
looks
for
so
a
angry.
seventh time to block funding bills.
Leader Thune engaging in the classic definition of legislative insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Nothing has changed, despite Republicans insisting that Democrats will eventually cave.
Was that a bad play call by the Republicans? This is the only play call. This is how shutdowns get fixed.
Now, the Senate votes again tomorrow on the same plans which failed for days. The GOP believes the ground will shift once workers miss paychecks and Democrats get an earful over the weekend.
Well, for one, if you work for the government, you have to understand that this is a possibility, right?
Yep.
Oh my God. It's crazy what some people will believe. You can watch this stuff happen in real time, and some folks will just not believe it happened. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't care about the impact of Trump's shutdown layoffs on federal workers unless you know something about it.
Well, I mean,
There's a long, boring
breaking
article.
news: a court came out and said he can't do it. So,
Well, didn't Bill Clinton do it? Didn't he lay
there's
off
a
nearly 600,000?
temporarily block on firing workers during the shutdown.
What authority does the judicial branch have over the staffing of the executive branch? Because I thought they were supposed to be separate powers, right?
Yep.
So
They're saying he can't randomly fire government workers that are not part of the executive branch during the shutdown.
Oh, so these guys aren't executive. Okay.
No, he's trying to shut down whole departments among, like, in Democrat. He's trying to shut down climate change departments and crazy departments that shouldn't exist to begin with. So,
because we're spending a ton of money on
nothing.
Okay.
USAID.
Yes, and thank you for calling it that, not USAID, because that's not what it was. It wasn't money sent to help starving people. It was to build programs to overthrow regimes in foreign nations. I think it's hilarious that we spent millions of dollars trying to something about transing people in like Pakistan or something like that. And I was like, so we're spending a bunch of money to mutilate these people, then watch them get executed by their own country.
Yeah.
You see this shit? Okay. Keep hearing about the rhetoric, right? The Republicans need to tone down the rhetoric. They said they didn't like this, and that's violence. Chuck Schumer told Americans to forcefully rise up against Trump.
Yep.
What does that mean? He even used the word forcefully, not go out and protest or let your voices be heard. Were literal quotes from Trump.
Yeah.
Forcefully, or what does that mean to you then, to forcefully rise up?
Arm
Sounds
up.
like an insurrection.
Yeah.
I mean, violence or acts of violence.
Yeah, and against the federal government, which is insurrectionists, and you get enough of them together, and we have a civil war on our hands.
Yep.
This is fucking nuts. They're telling everyone else to. Everyone. Okay, it's funny because I keep saying Republicans and Democrats. Thing is, anyone who's not fucking retarded isn't Democrat. And only like a third of those people that are left that aren't fucking retarded are Republicans. Like, you even have your classical liberals who agree with Bill Clinton's policies when he was in office, right?
Well, Bill Clinton wasn't a current day Democrat either.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
He had a balanced budget amendment that got pushed through during his presidency.
Yeah, too bad that didn't work out, huh?
Yep.
Why don't we make this a law, by the way? For real, why doesn't our Congress write a law and send it to Senate to say, boom, we're not allowed to spend more money than we have for at least 10 years or something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
And we'll stop sending all of this money and technology, i.e. weapons, to our NATO friends like Australia or, London, England. See, does England have their own army?
Yes.
Or is it?
Yeah, they do.
Or it's okay. So
No,
it's
they
not the
don't
whole
know.
army. For some reason, I thought UK had one army.
No. England's got their own. Wales got their own. Scotland's got their own. Northern Ireland's got their own. But when they fight together, they're called the British Army.
British, and I've always wanted that because that was what I learned in school. Is we revolted against Great Britain, right? And now Brian and I keep asking you how to explain how this works, and none of it makes any fucking sense.
Not to us, but we're not British. We're not part of the UK, so
or the Commonwealth.
We got rid of all that shit.
Yeah, but like, what? Apparently, UK is like the island and like parts of Ireland, right? And then you have like the Commonwealth that includes like Canada and Australia.
It's called Commonwealth Forces. Then once once we get everyone involved, like if Britain declares war, or England
Everyone's forced
declares
to
war,
because of it.
then you have the Commonwealth forces, where Australia then comes under Australian Defence Force, comes under the British call.
Same idea as like a NATO pact.
Canada,
Yeah.
but it's a British one. India comes
Well,
under it.
At this point, you don't even. Well, I suppose keep it in there in case NATO dissolves. But at this point, all of these Commonwealth nations are NATO, right? So if anyone in NATO goes to war, you are obligated to help them.
Yeah, a lot of the Commonwealth countries are NATO. We're not NATO.
You're not. I thought. Well, but
No,
you
no, no.
are. Okay. Well then, but you are because the rest of the Commonwealth is, and if they go to war, you're obligated to go help them, right?
Well, we're subsidiary, like we've got, like we can perform Eurovision.
Yeah.
Australia
Okay.
Eurovision.
I'm just saying, for example, the United States gets. Let's say the United States gets into a war with Venezuela over this drug thing, right?
Yep.
That would obligate NATO nations to come to the aid of the United States.
They obligate Australia as well, Australia and UK, because of the AUKUS deal.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say that even without that, Australia would still be obligated because Great Britain would be obligated to go to conflict, which would drag Australia with it because of their thing, right?
No, because we've got to deal with you guys. If you guys go to war because of AUKUS, or if we go to war because AUKUS, Australia, United Kingdom, and US, we've got to deal with that. We're there for each other, a pact.
Crazy how our best allies on this planet as the United States are the people that we told to fuck off and leave us alone.
Well, you look at us, mate. Australia's been with you guys in nearly every major conflict.
Yeah. Except for a handful on our homeland in the early days. Yeah.
We were the ones who stuck out with you guys in Iraq and that. We were there till the end.
Yeah. Geez, the Australians did some really crazy stuff in World War II. But I mean, really, who didn't though? There were no resources available, and
no, we beat the Germans. We're the first ones to beat the Germans in El Alamein, the Desert Rats. Then we beat the Japs in Kokoda.
I love the argument that I've heard from some people is, "Oh, the United States showed up late and took an easy win and are taking credit." I'm like, I get that argument, but it's like they didn't want to be involved. And then Japan bombed them.
Yeah.
No,
we really just wanted to sit here.
The Japanese in Singapore, weren't you? Didn't
that?
you guys take on the Japanese in Singapore and that?
Possibly. I'm not sure, honestly. But yeah, the Japanese attacked us, so we declared war, and because of that, Germany declared war on us. And I was like, oh fuck. Okay. And here's the big thing: is everyone talks about the Nazis in this country. Everyone talks about the Nazis in this country, but the crazy thing is, the United States was more at war. I say more at war, more concerned about Japan in World War II.
Yeah.
Fuck, we nuked Japan twice, right?
They had to try to end the war. They wouldn't end it at the first time, so.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, yeah, they didn't want. I'm certain he didn't want to drop the bombs. Was it Truman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he didn't want to, but he's like, "Oh, we got this weapon." Like, and the Japanese had this honor culture that they mostly still live by.
Come on.
And the Japanese would jump off of cliffs instead of being taken prisoner. You know.
Yeah. Well, they were
So it's
also
like-
big on kamikaze.
Yeah. So yeah, kamikaze bombing. It's like you're not going to get a surrender out of these people.
Yeah, but the Japanese had a lot of that too during Battle of Midway and that as well too.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Japanese.
that's exactly what we're talking about. Because the Japanese refused to surrender, no matter
When
what.
they were
So
losing their
that's why
carriers.
they got bombed twice.
Yeah, when you start taking out some of their carriers and that, they made a pact because they had nowhere to land their planes. So they said, right, we'll go into the American ships. That's why they tried to nosedive.
So what do you guys think about Japan building a military right now?
Well, mate, to be honest with you, I think it's a good idea. I think we're going past 1942, 1944. You look at what's going on with China in that South China Sea and that, mate. That's
China is the issue. I think you're right. But the crazy thing is Japan, with all of this peace that has come after the Great War, because I'm going to call them one war, they jumped forward in technology so much by investing nothing in their military.
Yeah. Kind of like Europe does with they can focus on their socialism because they don't have to worry about the defense of their countries. They got the US to do that.
And Trump got into a big fight with these guys over that. It's like we all agreed we were going to pay X percentage. What was it, like 2% of your GDP or something stupid like that?
It's super low.
Yeah, it's seriously like 1 or 2%. I'm not
And
sure.
Trump tried to raise it up like double, and some countries did it. Some countries are reneging on it. So,
yeah, but the countries that did it are even if conflict doesn't come and you reduce your military size after the fact, you still have all of these weapons that you have designed and built. You know what I mean? Should war break out, and you could. At that point, you could draft and teach people how to use this weaponry.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, but you look what's going on like in Europe at the moment, mate. The Poles, mate, they're building up their military massively. People don't realise how big Poland's army and that's getting the defence forces.
Well, Poland, not even Poland, that region, Slovakia, that's been there forever, are the most conquered and enslaved people in world history.
And they're worried about that.
That's where the word slave comes from, is from Slovakian. And a lot of people don't realize that the most enslaved people in history are white. And because of that, the ACLU has labeled Slovakians official people of color with their blonde hair and blue eyes. Not kidding you.
Honestly, like you even look at England, mate. Their army has depleted what they've had. They used to have the biggest navy in the world. Look at them now.
Not for a long time. When they had naval superiority, that was like American Revolution time.
Yeah, but not long after that too. Like during World War II, they were pretty big until you guys become really industrialized and started taking over.
Yeah, until all of a sudden all these aircraft carriers just kept cranking out. You're like, what the fuck are those guys doing over there?
There was no one, and during that time, mate, I'll be honest with you, there's no one that could build like naval vessels like you guys did. You guys were just kicking ass what you're doing.
Well, let's be real. Australia had a similar situation in terms of isolation from the actual conflict, right?
Yeah, because they're surrounded by water.
Yeah, but Australia is far less populated than the United States.
But we're in danger as Japanese come down through what the Japanese do, and they'll come down through all these southeastern countries.
Yes.
Then they hit Singapore big time, and the British had massive bases in Singapore.
Or they'll blow up your production plants in conflict.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're actually raided by the Japanese. They sent bombers over to Darwin. They bombed Darwin.
There's a city called Darwin in Australia. That's kind of on the nose, isn't it?
Well, that's where you guys had the American base coming off the bloody the wharf that we got up there. But what the government did, they leased out that wharf that you guys used, the American Navy, to the Chinese. Now there's a big stink up about it. It looks like we'll be getting it back. We'll be reversing that lease now because there's a 99-year lease. We don't want the Chinese to come through.
China's doing that in Africa too.
Yeah, and they're doing it in a lot of bloody Pacific Asian countries.
Pacific Island countries. You're saying I've been to Australia.
I have too.
You're saying there's an American base in Darwin?
Yeah, there's American base Pine Gaps in Northern Territory.
No. I'm curious because I know I pulled into an American base because I didn't need my papers to get off the ship. You know what I mean?
Well, you got Pine Gap. That's in Northern Territory.
Yeah, I'm curious.
We came to Perth. The ship pulled in the Perth, but we didn't pull in. We had to do Liberty boats.
Oh, nuclear ship, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Been there, done that. For anyone,
but that would have been a time. That would have been a time that New Zealand kicked up the sink as well too. They wouldn't let your naval vessels into New Zealand either.
Yeah. Oh, plenty of countries. You'd be amazed. Spain wouldn't let our nuclear ships, no, our non-nuclear ships could pull in, but not the nuclear ones. So we would drop anchor. What was it? 7 miles from shore is like the international whatever, and we would take. They call them Liberty boats.
Yeah,
they were ferries. You would ride to shore.
Cattle cars.
What sucked as an E3 pulling into a foreign nation like this. It comes out by pay grade in terms of time of who gets to get off the ship.
I can tell you what really sucks is coming back when you're drunk.
Is that when you got in trouble with Australia?
And that was Seychelles. And when you're heaving over the side of the ferry coming back because you're so fucked up.
Well, it's funny actually.
You were in Australia.
One of the repeat offenders friends here, actually, the reason why I still even know who the guy is because we got into a big argument about Australia.
Okay.
Well, I was like, oh, it was so cool, and I pulled in on a Navy ship and I got to watch a kangaroo fist fight a dude. And he tore me apart, up and down, dressed me down like shit. Like I came into freaking inspection with like tears in my uniform, you know what I mean? About how Australia hasn't let tourists view this kind of stuff for like 60 years going on and on.
Right.
And I was like,
I saw it.
Yeah, I was on an American Navy base, and I wasn't a tourist. And he goes, oh, all right. Well, in that case, you might have actually seen this. I was like, yeah, it's freaking crazy. That the size of the biceps and the triceps on one of them, what are they, the grays, or what do they call them? Giant ones?
The reds, big reds.
The big reds. They're enormous animals. And then you see the thing throws a couple punches to see what's going on. And the guy's punching the back. You're like, dude, that thing's going to hurt you. And it leans back on his tail and boots the guy across the freaking boxing ring. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, they get up about 7 feet tall, those big reds.
Oh, they're enormous and they're terrifying. And what, they can run something like 60 miles an hour or something stupid?
Yeah, the emus are probably a bit quicker than them.
Yeah, you are not beating it in a fist fight in the wild, and you are not outrunning it, right?
Mate, you beat him in a fist fight, he's going to kick the shit out of you with his bloody feet.
I did see a handful of them cool videos that came out though for like, remember that one with the kangaroo had the guy's dog in a headlock and the guy went out there and like fought the thing? I was like,
lucky
that's
that was only a
Australia.
grey. He was lucky that was only a grey.
Oh, yeah. And then it was funny because like a week later, a video came out of a guy filming outside his house, and this thing was like pumping its chest and bumping off the glass window. I was like, "Is that the same fucking kangaroo? Did it come to your house to kick your ass?"
So Letitia James got indicted this week, and Chuck Schumer
So did John Bolton.
And Chuck Schumer had a comment about it that I want to play right now.
I've got to go, lad. I'll catch you later on. But thank you
All right,
anyway.
later.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks for going by.
Of the Justice Department. On Thursday, federal prosecutors indicted your and my state's Attorney General Letitia James for alleged mortgage fraud. Criminal charges against former National Secretary John Bolton could come as early as next week. You've said this is what tyranny looks like. Can you explain that?
Good old Al Sharpton.
Yes, they have made the Justice Department, which under every other president, Democrat or Republican, pursued the law.
No, they haven't.
And went after people who broke the law. They have made it into Trump's personal attack dog. That is what dictatorships do. That's what tyranny is all about. And they did it with Tish James. She had a legitimate case. She pursued it. She actually won. So Trump is now trying to get back at her. But the case is so weak that even Trump's first prosecutor, who he appointed, said there's not a case here. So he fired that one and put a new prosecutor in who would do whatever he wants. But I talked to Tish James a half hour after the indictment came through. She is strong. She is tough. she is resolute, and she is confident, as am I, that these charges will be rejected because they have no basis in law or in fact. So I respect her. She's my friend, and it's, you know, they're doing something.
Said she was gonna live in the fucking property.
Yeah, she got a lower interest rate by claiming it was her primary residence. Like, this is where I'm going to live, right?
Yep, exactly. That's how it works.
What did Schumer? Not Schumer. Is it Schiff?
Same thing.
Not the same, but similar.
Yep.
It's something. It's not. He didn't claim it to be his primary residence, but he claimed it to be something other than what he was, and he got a lower rate.
Because if you're buying it as investment property, you got to put more money down, and you got to pay a higher interest rate.
Well, yeah, if I'm gonna have a vacation home, maybe I should pay a higher interest rate. Like, or maybe, you know,
so how many people that live in New York City and New York area have like $1 million house are going to buy $100,000 house in Norfolk and call it a vacation home? Is that where you want to buy your vacation home at? Is in Norfolk? In downtown Norfolk?
Downtown Norfolk? Oh my God, no.
Well, it may not be right downtown, but it is got a Norfolk address. So
Norfolk's
and the relatives that are living there are on a parole violation from the state of North Carolina.
Terrific. But I don't know if you're aware, dude, but Norfolk's actually a pretty rough city.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, like, geez. Remember the Music Bank?
The Music Bank? No.
It was across the street from the main gate, basically.
Oh,
it was
okay.
a bar.
No.
They ended up getting shut down, but geez, you would see someone get stabbed if you went there somewhat regularly. It was, and a lot of robberies, because believe it or not, right next to a military base, you get a lot of crime of people going to rob people that they know got paid yesterday. And hey, it's the 16th of the month or the 3rd of the month, Friday. Get paid on the 1st and 15th. And it's Friday now. These guys are at the bar across the street from the base. Boom, he might have a couple $100 in his pocket. And yeah, it happened a lot, actually, believe it or not. Any of the communities directly next to a military base in the United States is usually pretty ghetto because of this, because they're easy targets. These guys are not allowed to own weapons or to have a weapon on base. And most of them live on base. So they don't have, you're not going to the bar and bringing even a decent sized knife in your pocket or on your hip, let alone a firearm,
Yep.
But yeah, I was just talking about how the communities right next to a military base are always freaking dangerous as fuck, because they know there's a whole bunch of dudes who just got paid yesterday going out to get drunk.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look, the 24-year-olds are leaving 2 days after paycheck on Friday, and they're all going to the bar. I bet you there's like $1,000 between these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
In cash.
Oh, yeah. Well, back in the day, it's not as much cash anymore.
True. Now you're more likely to have your card on you.
Yeah.
But we used to hit the. Personally, I like to use cash at least for a tip. And it's funny because right after we bought the house, like signed the paperwork, was when Trump's no tax on tips went through.
Yeah.
And we stopped at a Outback Steakhouse on the way home to have a steak. Like, yeah, all right. Awesome. Finally bought the house. And I went to go reach for cash to pay the tip. I was like, oh, we don't need to do this. And the wife was like, what?
I don't
We
know
always-
that it's actually taken effect yet. I thought it was like the first of the year it took effect.
I thought it already did. If that's true, I feel bad. But yeah, I was like, yo, we've always paid tips in cash
Yeah.
so that the server could lie on their taxes and pay less tax.
Right.
When it's right there documented and like
Yeah.
the business, my records, and the credit company all have the transaction of me tipping, 30%.
Right.
Now they have to pay taxes on that versus handing them the cash, But, we've talked about this on the show more than once, how I've been doing that forever. And you even said that you try to do this sometimes, right?
Yeah.
If you got cash on you, you'd rather tip in cash.
Yep. So you all heard about the
It always
exciting.
feels good to put cash in your pocket. It always feels good to get cash in your pocket instead of it showing up in your paycheck in 5 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
No Kings revolts are happening this weekend.
Yeah.
They were a bust before. Virginia has activated the National Guard to make sure that it's a peaceful protest.
You're allowed to protest, just
Yeah. And even the Virginia governor came out and said, we are all about free speech, You can talk all you want, but if it gets violent, we're going to deal with it.
you start chucking concrete and milkshakes at people, we're gonna have a problem, right?
Yep.
It's funny because this No Kings thing. I love how these Canadians had the same process, but they had to call it something else. You know that, right?
Well, I saw a Facebook post today is like, yeah, you got all these Democrats out here talking about no kings, but they're the ones that didn't have a primary and they just nominated their
saw that.
presidential.
She was coronated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like you didn't have a primary, and then and then you went and changed your candidate last minute anyway, didn't give anyone a choice. But the No Kings thing. Saturday, it's also going to be in DC because it's like a nationwide thing. They're trying to do
They're
it.
having one in Richmond too.
Yeah, I was to say it's going to be in like as many major cities as they can do.
Yeah.
But I think this is why Schumer's keeping the government shut down, is so that these Democrat legislators can show their faces in public fighting the power, and I don't know, man. Sure would be a shame. Unacceptable shame if Schumer and Pelosi and AOC were standing next to each other in some right-wing nut job on a rooftop with a rifle, picked all three of them off.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be tragic and terrible. And just I'm encouraging everyone who might do something like that, definitely do not be in DC tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Right.
where you can see Capitol Hill from a rooftop 6 blocks away, because that is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to say that, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty clear what it was supposed to mean, though, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And this is the issue I'm having with the Democrats right now. It's like, I didn't say anything wrong. It's like, yeah, you're right. You're not going to go to jail for this, but don't start a fight, then blame the guy that swung back, right?
Correct.
And didn't AOC just have like a whole thing she had to do online to like apologize for calling someone short?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't she say someone acted like they were 4'10"? I wish I could remember who it was, but she said this, and she got blown up, like ratio, because about discriminating on someone's height is the same idea as discriminating based upon race. It's immutable. You cannot change your height. And then she came out and she's like, oh, no. And she went on about how she loves short kings. And I'm like, but I thought we weren't supposed to have any kings.
No.
So like, How do you love short kings? And we can have a king as long as it's not Trump, who's what, was he like 6'3" or something?
Yep.
Trump is not a skinny dude. Don't get me wrong, he's in way better shape now than he was 6 years ago. But if he's like 6'3", 6'4", shaped like that, he's got to weigh like 215, 225 pounds. I mean, at least.
Yeah.
Not a little dude, right? Anyway. Did you see this Don Lemon shit?
No.
Okay. He basically told black and brown people to arm themselves against ICE.
That's going to end badly.
It's going to end very badly. Because let me tell you what's going to happen if ICE kicks in my front door thinking I'm an illegal immigrant, right? An illegal alien.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get down on my knees and put my hands behind my head and let them do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And then in a courtroom,
they're going to check your papers.
They're going to find out I'm an American citizen and I'm going to go back home. Yeah. Now, if they kicked in my door and I ran and grabbed my shotgun, how do you think that's... Yeah, I'm going to die. See, I'm already armed and I know better than to go straight to my weapon.
Yeah.
It's supposed
Don
to be
Lemon's going to tell you otherwise.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a last resort. But like I said, even if assuming I knew it was ICE kicking in my door. Now, if a bunch of plainclothes guys claiming to be ICE kicked in my door, I would go for my weapon.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't the gang that wants to stop you from selling your pot or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Or they're going to, open the doors to police. They're not going to say, we're the rival gang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just crazy. This is going to end horribly.
Yep.
And what's even worse is Lemon is going to use this as an example of the violence coming from the police shooting all these people.
And Don Lemon doesn't have he's not on CNN anymore. He's a streamer.
He's same status as us.
Pretty much. Yep. Except he's still making money. And we are.
He just makes me laugh. He hates white people so much. And then he's like, oh, the government, you're being fucked by the white man. And, all this shit. I'm like, no, Don, that's just you. You married a white guy.
Yeah. Give me a couple other.
That was golden. You know it.
Give me a couple more topics from ICE.
All right. One of these illegal immigrant social media influencers, she was putting out locations of ICE. She was giving out locations and warning people to get out of the area.
Uh-huh.
She's been deported.
Good.
So, just a heads up. These folks, I don't think understand there's an IP address. If you post something online, the federal government, believe it or not, cannot just find out what house it came from.
Yeah.
But which computer?
It's not just the federal government. Pretty much anybody can.
Anyone who knows how to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But these people are so
unless
dumb.
they're using a VPN, which I guarantee the government still has a way around the VPN.
I was going to say, I'm sure the U.S. government has a way around that because they invented the VPN.
I'm sure they got a back door. Know, but still.
It's just the thing is, these people are so dumb. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand how the world works, and then they go and do this shit, and they're shocked they get caught. How many people did we watch on video lighting Teslas on fire?
We did back in the day.
Back in the day, what, 4 months ago?
Yeah. In a protest, Elon Musk, because he was part of Doge.
Yeah, but you would have thought after the 5th or 6th video came out that your average fucking moron who would do this would realize, oh, Teslas have something called sentry mode when there are like 13 cameras pointed in every direction and they turn on if you're
they're
close
getting
to the
arrested
car.
when they set the car on fire. Yeah,
Yeah, you're being, but they kept doing it.
because they're dumb.
Come on, what? Oh my God. Yeah, that's the question: is are they dumb or ignorant? And I know they sound the same thing, but dumb means you are like stupid, like you don't learn well. You don't retain knowledge, you don't learn lessons. Ignorant means you were never exposed to this to be able to learn it. So these people, like they were never shown all these videos,
Right.
or did just have no impact on them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Some illegal immigrant offered a $10,000 bounty on ICE agents, like kill ICE agents, and I'll give you 10 grand. He's been deported. So good work, buddy. ICE legal areas in Chicago. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Perfect. There's a cop in Chicago who's an illegal alien. And before the left loses their mind, I want to point out it is illegal to possess, to own, or even possess a firearm as an illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no, your buddy next door comes over to your house and you go shooting and you let him hold your gun and fire. He has broken the law, and maybe you. But JB Pritzker went ahead and made this guy a cop and gave him a gun. And before the left loses their mind,
good thing he did the background check.
yes, and even better, it's the white guy. So the Democrats can't even lose their shit over about discrimination about this. So they might actually allow this guy to get deported. You know, just like them South African refugees that they refused to let in the country. Was it like 18 people, and they're starting a freaking fight over that versus 20 million?
All right, let's talk about the peace deal.
Yeah, I know. Looks like the war might be over in Israel.
Well, we've got to stage 1 of the part plan, like the 20-part plan. So I'm not holding my breath.
3 phases.
Well, Hamas already said they don't want to disarm. So
correct, but they also said they weren't going to show up to the signing, and they weren't going to do release the hostages.
Well, they lost all support in the Middle East. So they were kind of committed to doing something because Turkey said it. All the Middle Eastern countries all said,
you got a chance to get out of this, dudes.
yeah, we're not going to send you any more financial support. We're not going to send you more weapons. You know, we're washing our hands of this fiasco. So
here's what we just put it behind us.
Yeah,
you guys attacked them and took hostages, civilians. They came back with overwhelming force. They're willing to not flat level Palestine at this point, right?
I was shocked that there were like 20 people still alive after all this time.
Well, it's hilarious. I think we talked about last week. Greta was posted that picture of a Palestinian POW, all emaciated.
Yeah,
and it turned out he was not even fake. He was an Israeli Jew in custody of Hamas, who was forced to dig his own grave and being starved to death.
Right.
She took it down. And I was like, this didn't make you think a little bit of what's going on? But she's also claiming that they made her strip naked while they took pictures of her. I just don't necessarily believe that.
I want to see the photographic proof.
Okay.
No photographs, no proof.
Yeah, no. Pics or didn't happen, I believe is what you say, right?
Yes.
Well, she also claims she was tortured and beaten. I was like, where are your bruises? Where are your broken bones? You know? You don't get tortured and show up looking like you just had a fine meal 10 minutes ago, you know?
Yeah.
But Hamas did execute a handful of people like in the streets right after this started.
Yeah, the protesters,
Yeah.
people that were against them, not a good sign for Hamas.
And one of the women on The View, I want to say Alyssa Farah Griffin, but I don't know why I know that name. Is it from The View?
Yeah, she's on The View.
Oh, okay. She promised to wear a Trump hat, a
Yep.
MAGA hat.
She was part of the Trump administration in the first term.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she was part of the communications office. And Trump came out and said that she was a pretty good person until she wasn't. Basically, when she went against Trump, and now she's on The View, and her views are ridiculous and kind of stuff like that. So
Yeah, well, she said she'd wear a MAGA
and
hat
she's
if
not
Trump
wearing a
ended
MAGA
the
hat.
war. And now she's weaseling out, just
Yep.
like a whole bunch of celebrities who call for the ceasefire are now saying, this is great. They're saying this isn't fair to Gaza, to Palestine, or whatever. This is terrible. This is horrible. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Biden and Harris claimed credit for it.
Yeah, as Blinken did too. Blinken came out and said this whole peace plan is part of the Biden administration's plan.
So if it's Biden's plan, which I think is hilarious that Joe Biden is accusing people of plagiarism.
Yeah.
Come on, isn't that why he had to drop out of the presidential race the first time he ran?
The first time, not the 24th time. He's good after that.
Well, it's because Americans have short memories. Let's be real. But yeah, so was it Biden's plan and it was brilliant, or was it horrible and all the wrong decisions to make?
Well, I think when it comes to Trump, people tend to forget, and Trump did not deal with normal lifetime politicians to get this peace deal going through.
Correct.
He dealt with people that are in business that know how to how to wheel and deal and then negotiate with different countries. And he got a ton of countries on his side in the whole process. And that
like Turkey.
Yep, Turkey, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah, like Turkey.
it forced Hamas to second guess what they were doing and to come to the table.
Well, that's the thing is every time they tried to stop shooting each other, one side, usually Hamas, but not every time, would blow shit up.
Yeah.
Just like when they tried this last time, Israel kept launching rockets until 20 minutes before the official ceasefire happened.
They had to.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. But I just know if you guys sign papers, you should at least not fire your weapons until you think you need to. Don't do as much damage as you can.
Well, you've kind of shifted your views during this whole war from the get-go towards the end because you thought
Israel
that
got very
Israel
aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, yeah. And don't get me wrong, Israel has
But
every right to
they're
defend
doing what they're
themselves.
doing because they've done this every 5 to 10 years.
I would say every 10 years or so.
Yep.
And I get it. Israel has every right to defend themselves. But
Hamas it builds itself up every 10 years and becomes a problem for Israel.
Well, if they want to wipe out Hamas, stop
and
blowing.
And Israel there is no friendly countries around Israel.
Correct. And it's funny because I've heard a lot of people talk shit about Israel just existing. I'm like, how many Muslim nations are there? And I don't know. I was like, I think there's 150 or something stupid, 147 or something stupid, where it's actually required for you to be a Muslim in this country. It's the law. That's
if you're not a Muslim, your life is hell.
Well, yes. Depending on how you interpret some of these texts from the Quran and what's the other big one they have? There's another big one that they follow, but they kill the apostate, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Christianity has the prodigal son. You leave and we're sad. Then you come back and we love you more.
Right.
But yeah, then you're like, well, okay, how many Jewish countries are there on the entire planet?
One.
It's like, maybe let them do their own thing, right? I mean, it's funny because United States is a Christian nation. Yes, because it's full of Christians.
Right.
But there's no official religion.
Right.
But yeah, a whole bunch of celebrities that were talking trash. They found a way to say it's not good that this war is ending. I just, what do the Democrats stand for at this point? Like,
they don't know. They're anti-America, anti-Republican.
Not even that. I think no matter what Trump does,
they're anti-Trump.
They have to take the other side of the argument, no matter what. Just like how many times have I said, if Trump cured cancer, they would complain that he put oncologists out of business.
Yep.
You know.
Even Madonna came out and said that. He came out and said that the New York City should, if Netanyahu tries to come to the UN, they should arrest him. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of an ICC warrant,
which we don't recognize. The U.S. does not recognize the ICC for obvious reasons.
Exactly. We do not recognize the International Criminal Court as an authority.
So
if
Dami arrested him as the mayor of New York City, could even get him deported, could even get him out of the country without Trump intervening and superseding it.
You'd have to do it very quickly, I think, honestly. And I think if he arrested Netanyahu and had a jet ready to go to fly him to
The Hague.
Yeah, okay, The Hague. I'm sorry. You're right. Oh my God, you're right.
I've been to The Hague. I know. I've taken a prisoner of war there.
Oh shit. I've dealt with military prisoners before, but not international prisoners.
Yep. Been there, done that.
Yeah, I've told you I did brig escort, right?
Yeah, I did prisoner of war export from the Bosnia to The Hague.
Yeah, I took guys.
I don't remember his name anymore, but he was wanted by The Hague for war crimes. So
yeah, and you're like, this is a dangerous man, right?
He got strip shirts, and I had to take pictures of it. So
you were the guy.
I was the photographer. I was the one documenting all the shit.
That's right. I keep forgetting you were a fucking photographer.
Oh,
when I did brig escort, I was security.
No,
I was the guy who performed the strip search.
I took pictures of you.
They gave me choices of how to check someone's colon. And I was like, I like the squat and cough technique. But there's other ways that fit make sure no one's smuggling shit in their butt. But yeah, I went with, squat while you're naked, cough. And I just make sure a little piece of a knife doesn't spit out a little bit and go back in. Geez, Louise, that was a terrifying job, though. Like, I didn't realize exactly what was going on at first. But I remember I was in my working blues. It's like a slacks, dress shirt, tie, taco hat. And my boss at the time told me to take my tie off. And I was like, well, it's part of my uniform. I can't take off my uniform. And he said, can't remember the exact words, but it was something like, yes. And this man is being tried for 4 counts of murder. Do you really want a noose already tied around your neck for this guy to pull tight? And I was like, no, I do not want a noose tied around my neck already. I'll take my fucking tie off before I take this alleged murderer to a court martial,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was hilarious because I at first like, take your tie off, and I was like, no, part of my uniform, right?
Yeah.
Remember the working blues?
Yeah, I love the working blues. One of my
Yeah.
favorite uniforms.
But they were comfortable. It's not.
And
Yeah,
you didn't
working
get dirty in it when you were like around dirt.
See, I rarely had a chance to wear any of those uniforms, except for basically inspection. I'll be 100% honest. I wore my working blues, my dress whites, my dress blues, more during inspection than any other time in my entire run in the service.
Okay.
Well, I was always wearing coveralls, dude. I was a welder and a plumber, right?
Right.
Like I was allowed to wear coveralls in home port.
Yeah.
You weren't, were you?
No.
Yeah. No, I wore dungarees.
Dungarees would save my life. I fell overboard.
Well, don't get me wrong, the utilities were great. I love my utilities. Dungarees,
I learned how to make them float.
yeah, you make a life vest out of your pants.
Yeah.
And it's even cooler. Just a little fun fact for everyone out there. The bell-bottom pants that the Navy is known for is so you can get your pants off over your boots if you go overboard and turn your freaking pants into a life vest.
Yep.
The Dixie Cup, the famous Dixie Cup sailor's cap that you know.
Yep, that's a light that pretty much everything they had back in the day was a floating device.
Yeah, which I still think it's hilarious that when I went sailing with you, it was like the 6th or 7th time. You're like, I just realized you're wearing a Dixie cup. And I was like, really? Like, oh, it's inside out. I was like, kind of. It's flipped down like Gilligan. You're like, oh my God, Gilligan wore a Dixie cup.
Yeah, he did. That's what saved the 3-hour cruise.
Yeah. 3-hour tour.
They floated on in on his Dixie cup.
But yeah, I remember laughing so hard when you finally realized it had been several times.
Yeah.
I think it was because you took a picture of me like picking my teeth with like a 15-inch Bowie knife with my Dixie cup on. I'm sure you remember that picture, right?
I do remember that, yeah.
That was a good picture, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then I never went sailing with you again after my wife got drilled in the forehead by your boom.
It happens. We warned her.
You never invited me again, but that's okay.
Well, you come back in the spring, you go sailing.
Actually, that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Because I genuinely intend to spend at least one night. Like, there's no way I'm going there cleaning out a storage unit and driving back home, right?
No.
Jesus Christ, what is it? It's like 6.5 hour drive in a straight line.
I think it's a little less, but yeah, it's a hike. So you might as well come down here. We go sailing, maybe do a show, or we do, and just chill.
Well,
I'll find a place. I'll find a place for you to stay here.
Be even better is if we could figure out to arrange me driving to Virginia to pick my shit up and do this. Like the week before you drive to Michigan to see your family. Because then I can come to your house and do a show, right?
Yeah.
And then next week you're at my house.
That would be kind of cool, yeah.
It would be pretty fun. Anyway, wow. Little bit more before we go.
All right.
Top Air Force enlisted leader announced end of active duty service, blah, 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 blah.
This is the guy that was in charge of
the bombings of the Venezuelan boats.
Yeah, he's Southcom, right?
SOCOM?
I thought he was.
Yeah, probably. Well, no, he's the top Air Force enlisted leader. I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that's like MCPON, but Navy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. His
by the
wife
way,
died, so he's gonna retire.
Yes. See, and the title of this article right here. Okay, never mind. There's a different article I read, and I went and found this one. Another one I read made it sound like he was leaving because of the
bombings.
The bombings.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's because it's like, oh, he just got this job. He's leaving because of this. And, he hates Trump. Was like, his wife died. Like, retire, right? Let this be someone else's problem. Go grieve, right?
Yeah. He spent 3 decades in the military, so he's fine.
Yeah. That dude's going to have a paycheck coming the rest of his life. That's more money than almost anyone, probably anyone who's ever listened to this show makes in a year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a chance Elon Musk listened to us once, right?
No. There's no
There's a
chance.
chance. You never know. You never
No,
know.
there's no chance. I wish he did. He could donate some money to the show.
Okay, well, there's a chance Tim Pool listened to our show because I've contacted him a couple times.
We're still
trying to get.
I thought we were getting Trump on the show.
We tried that. Claire
No, he
never got back
didn't.
to us.
Claire never even sent the email out.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean,
How
she
great would it be?
She
if
doesn't
we
even
had
want to come on the show anymore. That tells you about the show.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, maybe. I think it has to do something with all the trans stuff going on lately.
Okay.
Honestly,
But she is a trans person that we both this whole show supports her trans activity.
Well, it's an adult.
Yeah. She made her own decision as an adult, and that's fine. I don't have an issue with that,
After serving in the Navy.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
I'm more worried about the trans activity of minors,
And in sports and in the service. And I love it. I listened to someone flipping out recently on Twitter, maybe, I don't know. About what difference does it make to you if the person next to you on the front line in a war is trans? They're gonna still save your life. I was like, no, the issue is they're carrying less ammunition on them because they have a fucking cooler full of medication that they need injected into them
right
every day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. Same reason why diabetics aren't allowed in. It's not because you have blood sugar issues. It's because you have too much upkeep.
Well, I'm a diabetic after the Navy, so.
1 or 2?
2, of course.
So
2's the adult one, not one's the child one.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that because I know a little bit of the diabetes. Are you insulin dependent?
No.
Okay. But you have insulin.
No, I take Trulicity.
I don't even know what that is.
It's an injectable. It's like Ozempic. You've heard the commercials for Ozempic to lose weight.
Ozempic.
Exactly. Oprah does Ozempic.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like my father's not insulin dependent, but he has insulin.
No, I just take metformin for diabetes and the Trulicity. Once a week, I take an injectable shot for that. So, but it's not insulin.
And it dumps the sugar from your blood into your body so you can use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
Because most people don't understand what diabetes really is.
No.
They know it's a sugar deficiency, and most people even know it's oh my God, what the hell is that organ called? Oh, pancreas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pancreatic issue. But they don't realize that the real issue, it's getting the sugar that's in your blood because you ate a bunch of food or a bunch of sugars. It's pumping through your blood. The sugar in your blood's not really the issue. Don't get me wrong, that can be wrong. The issue is it's not getting into your body.
Right.
Your body's supposed to absorb that and use it to pump your heart and breathe, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right. An admiral has stepped down during these boat strikes.
2 admirals.
2? Oh my goodness.
Oh no, top. I can't read it. Top admiral. You're right. Top.
Yeah.
There might have been some drinking involved in it.
Yeah. Couldn't get a good story about what exactly was going on. But again, they make it sound like it's because of the drug boat blowing up.
And they had to go rescue survivors.
Yeah, one survivor is the only one I could find a bunch of articles saying survivors plural.
But by the time the Coast Guard got there,
There was only, I guess, only one that was still alive, but this could lead to some interrogation.
yeah,
And I understand the argument people have about blowing up boats in the Caribbean. I understand it. I do.
they're international waters.
Yeah, but you can't just blow shit up in the international waters and kill people, right?
Okay.
What? Dear God, can you imagine if you decided to go fishing? I know you're not a fisherman, even though that boat you got would be great for fishing and you know it.
Okay.
Dude, do you have any idea what kind of you eat fish?
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of crazy fish you pull out of the ocean that are delicious right there? No, maybe you're right. Maybe don't eat fish anywhere near Norfolk, Virginia, right? There's too much oil in the water, let's be real. But yeah, they got this guy, so maybe they can question him. I understand you can't just blow shit up and kill people. But the United States at the same time cannot reveal to the world their level of surveillance technology, right?
Right.
It's like, oh, well, we can show you pictures of them loading this shit up from our satellite, but then we let the entire world know that we can actually do this. You know what I mean? That we have a satellite geosynchronous orbit above Venezuela. Maduro is rallying troops and militias right now, ready to fight Trump at the same time. Actually, you got this in leftovers. At the same time, Maduro also wrote a letter saying, we're going to help you do whatever it is you want to do. You know, I'm not involved in this drug cartel. That's when Trump was like, yeah, that's because they don't want to fuck with the United States. And Trump actually dropped an F-bomb in a press conference.
Yeah.
As what did we actually do a flyover of the B-2s, or are we just staging them?
I think we just did a flyover.
Jeez Louise. And
There's
again,
no money
probably
involved in that.
yeah, and again, like I said, Venezuela probably didn't even know it happened. You know? And by the way, Trump has also authorized CIA operations in Venezuela.
Well, it's been implied. There's no actual proof of that.
Well, you're never ever gonna see proof of CIA activity until it's in a courtroom, and you know that.
Yeah.
But he's got guys doing their thing in Venezuela, trying to get this intel as we're flying over B-2 bombers, saying that we might actually strike inland of Venezuela to take out this cartel. Big deal. Big deal. And I'm seriously considering buying I keep saying this, buying Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, Rolls-Royce, General Electric stocks. Because there's a good chance we get into a fight with Venezuela right now over this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be real, who's going to come to the defense of Venezuela over this? Besides American citizens being bitches. Like, you think Russia's going to is going to help these guys?
No.
The commies in China just fired something like 10 generals. I'm sorry, I think it's 10 anyway, but it says top generals. But they just, it sounds like the Chinese are either going to reduce the military or streamlining it to be more efficient.
Okay.
I don't know. Why would you all of a sudden just come through with sweeping cuts and cut out top brass, just like the United States is doing right now?
They want to be like the U.S.
But yeah, that's what it is. That China wants to be like the U.S. That's why they're communist. Oh my goodness. All right. We did go late. And it's funny because I actually made it a point to try to make this one flow better.
You
We had
did.
less, but I might have to cut more material out next time.
Better to have
that's
too
our
much than not enough.
It's true, and that's why the stuff that doesn't just flow down and goes into leftovers. But
Yep.
I think it's our show, bro.